Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel and to my Instagram. If you're looking at this, I hope everybody is doing well. It's been a minute since I've actually posted a video on my YouTube channel, and it's been a minute since I've actually posted a vlog here on my Instagram. But if you're looking at this, I just want to say thank you for being here. Thank you for the support. So I wanted to talk about the event. It was spectacular. It was everything that I had envisioned and more. It was just fabulous. Words cannot, even express how grateful I am to my close friends that came out to support. And I met clients that I had not seen before either. Potential, new clients, and just great people from Texas, and we had some people from Florida, some people from California. The people from California were my second family, my extended family. So I was so happy to see everybody. I was super nervous as the event began. You probably couldn't tell, but I was super nervous because I did not know what I was going to, what was going to happen, if I was going to choke up. Was I able to channel spirits? I think a lot of people see us and they think, well, you're a psychic medium, that you can just have this direct hotline to heaven and you can just channel and give messages to anyone, that wants a message. But spirit works in very mysterious ways. And like I explained in the event, that, not everybody is going to receive a message from spirit. It's only going to be whoever needs it the most at the time they need it the most. But for the most part, I'm so proud of myself, and I don't mean that in a cocky way or a pretentious way. I very humbly, I say I am very grateful to Spirit, and thank God first and foremost, because without Him, without the power of the Holy Spirit, without the power of spirit guides, I don't think I would have been able to have such a successful event. Not to mention the New Reality Paranormal team, my friends and soul brothers. They were amazing, simply amazing. If you haven't checked them out, be sure to follow the New Reality, and I'll be tagging them in this video as well in the comments, I believe. But yeah, the whole vibe of this hotel that we were at is called the Menger Hotel. If you're ever in San Antonio, you need to check that out. It is one of the most super haunted hotels, and I think a lot of people revere it, or it's known for that, but a lot of people think, oh, it's just BS. It's not. But let me tell you, it is totally, entirely haunted. Super haunted. From the moment that I got there, my makeup artist, Sarah, big shout out to her, Sarah Udi. If you ever are in the Houston area, you can reach out to her. I'll also tag her as well. She was the one that did my makeup for the photos. And then my photographer, Elizabeth Leland. So I'm very excited. And then Renee Enriquez and Marisa Enriquez. So big shout out to all of them. I'm going to try to post everyone. Hopefully I don't forget. And then Romelia's Bakery in San Antonio. So if you want good cupcakes, good cakes, things like that, you just need to check them out. Just fabulous people. And then also the security guard that I hired was just phenomenal. And so I also want to thank Charlene. I know that she's probably out there watching this or will watch this. Thank you for being the person to check temperatures and check guests in and whatnot. You were fabulous. And just everybody else that popped in or stopped by. I'm giving so many thanks to them as well. Your presence didn't go unnoticed at all. When we got there, it was Sarah, myself, and her boyfriend, and we were all in the minuet room setting up the swag bags and the event planner kind of cards that we had and everything. I started getting these candles that I had bought off Amazon. They were these battery operated candles, large and small, and I put them up on this mantelpiece in the room. It looks like a fireplace, but it's a mantle, and they have a mirror there. And the actual candles, you have to kind of there's a switch on the bottom where you can switch them on, but the larger candles, they are battery operated, so you have a remote control to power them on and off. And those candles, as soon as I started setting them up, I had turned them all on, and then I walked away, or I turned away for a second, and then 4 of those candles were not lit. They were unlit. And I was like, what? like how, so that's how I kind of already knew more or less when I got into that minuet room where the event took place. That spirit was already there, and it was so present, and there's just so many other things that happen as well. Hopefully I don't forget, but there was a lot of powerful messages exchanged. I will be having video footage, God willing, soon, and we will be sharing that with everybody. And the New Reality has their own video footage that they took of the event as well, so looking forward to that. So, you know, the evening began for the first hour, me kind of like welcoming everybody, going person to person and just shaking hands and kind of saying thank you. Everyone was so sweet. Everyone was so polite. Everybody was so open to spirit. So for all my guests that are now looking at this video and my comments about the event itself, thank you for being so sweet, open, and receptive to, you know, to myself, to my guests, and just to everyone around you. Everybody was just so relaxed, and I feel like you know, it's hard for me as the event planner and host, which is another thing that I learned. I'll never do that again next time I'm hiring an event planner, but it was quite an undertaking and an experience, and I don't regret it. I don't regret one moment of it. I feel like it got me out of my comfort zone, and it really helped to strengthen my abilities as well, and know that I've always had doubts, even though I come across as a very confident person. We all have our own insecurities and whatnot. And one of the things for myself was that I just wasn't sure if I was going to be able to channel spirit in a room full of 40 people and get messages across, because it was so intense. But once, I think the first, you know, the first hour that went by, I kind of started warming up and feeling more in tune and connected. Again, I went into prayer prior to going into the event, and I took the entire week off. So a lot of you that have been messaging me or sending me emails, or you purchased a reading and you haven't heard from me, that's the reason why. It was the week leading up to the event. I basically did not want to do any kind of reading to basically harness the energy and have enough strength to do the event. I you know, felt like, you know, I proved myself to people that perhaps came in, you know, skeptic or semi-skeptic, or people that just were not sure that this was even real. Because, you know, I did use tarot cards, but for the most part, it was just me channeling spirit and messages without the use of cards. But of course, I did use them on some people as I needed to, which is nothing wrong with that. I kind of encourage any psychic medium out there that wants to use tarot cards to use them, or oracle cards if needed, because there's nothing wrong with it at all. It's just like a divinatory tool that we use to help us navigate, you know, and kind of help get those messages across to people. But I will say that I had such a fabulous time at the event. And the messages, then the second hour was me doing a lecture talking about my gift, who I am, you know, what I do. A lot of people had no clue. I asked people, how did you hear about me? And it was the ads that I had ran in the San Antonio Express and just other publications in San Antonio. Some people knew me through like, I guess, YouTube, Instagram, but for the most part, there was just a lot of people that had no clue who I was until, you know, the event, or maybe they did after they saw the ad in the paper, you know, they went and searched for me. But for me, that was like the biggest, it brought the biggest satisfaction to my face to be able to do what I do and use my gift, you know, and spirit to bring messages to people. There were so many moments that stood out to me. I feel like there were so many, I can't even say. One, her father came through. He was talking about land and property and other siblings. We had another two sisters that had come, and they were wanting to connect with their father. I think they were half sisters, I believe, but they wanted to connect to their father, and he came through and he gave them messages, and I think it was very, very healing and inspiring. And then we had another couple. They were so sweet. It was a guy and a girl, and they were just so sweet, and they both started tearing up just at the messages that I was giving them. So I feel like the spirit was present. I feel like some people were more sensitive to the energy, and they were able to use that energy to, you know, to kind of connect with their loved ones. And this is the whole thing that I say and I speak about, spirit. Our souls, this body, when our time is up here in the physical world, this body tends to die away, but our soul is an energy that cannot be destroyed. And it just transcends time and space. And basically, we are eternal. So the soul lives on, and it can take on different forms and eventually reincarnate. But our loved ones are always with us, even though they have crossed over or passed, they're always still with us. And so I kind of, explained that and then further proved that with the information that I was giving. There was a sweet lady on the left side of me by the podium that was seated in between two gorgeous ladies as well that came. I guess they were her friends or work associates or whatever. And the lady in the center, I gave her a message from her sisters who had passed from breast cancer, I believe. That for me was very, very emotional, but I try to hold it together and not bawl. But again, I feel a lot of things, and as a physical medium, when we are working with spirit and listening to messages, it is draining. It takes a toll on our body. And I explain this to them, but because, of the fact that we tend to process death through our body. So however that person died, I feel how that person would have died. They make me feel that. It's the only way to kind of give information over to their loved ones. And so then I also said something about there was a work project that they had going on, and she was like, they were all shocked, like, yep. And they kind of looked at one another. And that moment, it was like very eye-opening and satisfactory for me to know that my gift is real, and that spirit is real, and that communication does exist with the other side, and they are fully aware of what is going on. And I did explain to people that how my gift works. I can't control what comes in. Sometimes you hear things, sometimes you see things, but for the most part, my gift is precognitive, meaning that I can see certain things that are in the future. I'm not a fortune teller, but that's kind of how the gift works. Am I always right? No. And I told that to everybody that was there. I think the biggest highlight as well for me was surprising everyone, because I think a lot of people, talk about, hosting an event or having an event, and usually the proceeds they need to pocket those to cover the expenses for the event, which is fine and dandy. I understand that, and I'll probably do that with future events that I'm doing. But for this very specific momentous event, Spirit and God spoke to me, and they were like, Ray, that money that you earn from the event, none of that can be yours. So all of it is being donated to a children's cancer charity. And I will be posting, when I do that, as soon as the funds become available, on here. And I think some people will be like, well, if you're doing things for charity, why are you posting them? It's not being authentic. But this was a charity, and I do want them to know that the money, that their money for tickets, it was not all about me. There's always a higher purpose and a greater purpose in this world other than ourselves. And I know that if it wasn't for God and everything that He's carried me through, I wouldn't be doing what I am doing now. And so at the core and essence of who I am, I like money. Yes, I do. I'm kind of, some people call me extravagant, eccentric, bougie, whatever. But at the end of the day, I'm just Ray. And that's, who I am, and I can't change that. And I wouldn't want to change who I am at all. I love people. I love, spirit, and if I can help children out there that are going through cancer. So many children die every minute of the day, suffering from cancer, and nothing gets done. So I will be choosing a good charity, and donating that money to it. So I didn't take anything from it. And I feel like for me, that this was a big thing. And when I announced that, like, everybody was smiling and they felt good about it. It's me showing the world as well that, it's not all about the money. At the end of the day, money comes and it goes. Money, stays in our pocket, but we don't take those things with us to the grave. When we leave this world, money doesn't go with us. What goes with us are the memories that we created, the lives that we changed, the people's lives that we've touched here in the physical world, and everything else that that we do that had an impact on someone. But the memories is what we actually take with us. And those are the good deeds that God looks at and the Spirit looks at. It's not about you know, the money and the Louboutin shoes or the, you know, the Gucci bags and stuff. Like, Spirit doesn't care about that. God doesn't care about that. That's materialistic. But for me, it was very, very important that I actually donate this money to that good cause. So yeah, I wanted to take some time to talk about the event because a lot of you didn't get to see it. A lot of you have been sending me DMs and asking. I also want to take this time on this platform to say that tomorrow is voting day. It's the actual national election day, so November the 3rd. It's also my mom's birthday, so I'm sending her a lot of happy birthday wishes as well for tomorrow. But yes, go out and vote in person if you have not voted. I know that a lot of you may be thinking, oh my God, my voice, this, you know, the elections are rigged, blah, blah, blah. My vote doesn't count. Go and vote in person. Regardless of who wins, you need to make your voice heard and known, because now is the time. If there's ever been a most historic moment in history and time, it is tomorrow, November the 3rd. So I did want to take the time as well within this video to tell people to go and vote, okay? It's essential. It's necessary. Make your vote count. Vote according to whoever you feel is the best choice for America. Of course, everybody knows my political beliefs by now. They know who I voted for. I voted for the color behind me, honey. And I am proud of it. But anyways, you know, I just wanted to take the moment for that. The other highlight that I had in the event was the New Reality, which I've never met them, only through online. And Sean, Cody, and Tristan. Tristan is the newest addition to the paranormal team. But they came down. They were absolutely amazing, very respectful, and they rock. Like, they did so much. They did everything that I was hoping that they would do and more, which was to kind of bridge the gap between the paranormal and science in a way, with using equipment that is more scientific, you know, like the voice recorders, the EVPs, the ghost box, or, you know, whatever you call that, the EMF meters. And it kind of allowed people to see that spirit was present. We had a lot of souls present, but the one moment that stood out, if you go to my Instagram at Psychic Medium Ray and you follow me, you'll see a photo of me actually holding my friend's hand, Cody. He is part of the New Reality team, and he was doing this session. I don't know exactly what you call it, but it's like sensory deprivation. So you're kind of like covered from your eyes and you can't see anything. You're blindfolded, but you also have headphones that tune out every noise. But you have somebody talking to the person, and they're actually talking to spirit and getting messages and whatnot. And we had one moment where this bad man, you know, this gatekeeper that had died, was there, and there was a woman that was afraid, and then there was also a child. But the child is what really touched my heart, because she was trapped and she was scared and she wanted to cross over, but this bad man didn't want them to cross over. So I kind of had to, like, between Sean and myself, we helped the little girl cross over. We also got rid of the bad entity and told him that he needed to leave this place. He did not belong here, it was very empowering. But, you know, what happened in the moments leading up to that was that Cody is the guy that, you know, the paranormal team, that I held his hand. He was the one that couldn't see or hear anything, but the one that, you know, the spirit was in and around him, and his body temperature was super cold, like ice. Like, the room was maybe like 70, I think, but he would have been like around 30 degrees. He was super pale, super white, super cold. And what's even more shocking, because I've never had this before, this is my first time, the whole area, like the whole parameter right in front of him, maybe like a 6 to 12 feet radius, even the members directly in front of us, the audience members that were right in front of us, their seats, they could feel it. There was one woman with her husband that could actually feel all of this, and hopefully we got that in footage when the footage becomes available and I put it on my YouTube channel. But you could feel, that was one of the highlights, the temperature fluctuation. It did go down. It was like in the 30s, and I kid you not, it was so freaking weird. And And then we crossed the child over, and then, you know, we closed down all the portals, all the, you know, all of the openings, you know, from the other side, because again, there was some fear that some people had, you know, but they didn't say it, but we obviously knew that they would take something from the event back home with them. But for myself, after that, you know, I kind of met with my extended family, and we had a couple of beverages, and we chatted for a while. It meant a lot for my friend Candy, which I call my second mom, and her daughter, which is my little sister, Madison, to come to the event. And I'm just so grateful to the both of them, beyond words. I felt very comfortable. And then my friend Levi, he came out too. Just great souls all over that I'm surrounded by, and I felt very supported. So for me, it was really great to have a lot of people that I hold near and dear to my heart being present at the event, and then again meeting new people and making new connections and new friendships, and also having Sean and Cody, they're like my brothers, you know, there in the event, and Tristan. It was just so amazing, and it kind of helped me a lot to get through the nerves and whatnot, because honey, I was very nervous, believe it or not, but I feel like now in retrospect, if I would do things differently for the next event that I plan to have in Houston, Texas in 2021, definitely I'm hiring an event planner, and I think I would do catering. But due to COVID restrictions, it was so difficult to do that like buffet style, because again, if you're not familiar with the restrictions that like restaurants have faced, or even venues, you know, events, like you can't serve things in a buffet style. It has to be in a plate, prepackaged, or given to you in some way. But yeah, you know, after that, I retired for the evening in my room at the Hotel Menger, the Menger Hotel, and so much activity. I could not sleep for the entire night. I think I got maybe 2 to 3 hours, if even, maybe 1 to 2 hours, 2 to 3 hours of sleep. I was restless. I could not, and that's how for me when some place is very haunted, you just cannot go to sleep. I could not go to sleep at all. I felt very restless, and then I kept hearing footsteps. I saw shadows, and then we had some people that, you know, that were coming up from the Halloween parties that they had, because the Menger does hold at nighttime like a Halloween type of thing where people can go to the hotel, and it's like a whole thing. So I actually got to see part of that as well. It was very busy. The one thing is, like, I feel San Antonio, Texas is coming back alive in so many ways. And I say that not that it was ever dead or anything, but the fact that, you know, COVID destroyed a lot of businesses and people, and changed the way that we live today forever. You know, people are not letting it get to them. I felt like the spirit was very alive. You know, when I talk about spirit, I mean like the spirit of San Antonio, you know, the people, the willingness to go out and have fun. They still have it in them. They still were not going to let 2020 have the best of that. So for that, you know, it made me feel warm and special inside as well, knowing that there are so many people out there that are continuing to fight and be normal. The next morning, I left the hotel and we went to go and eat at the Gunther House. I believe it's called the Gunther House. If you are ever in San Antonio, check that out. The place is so beautiful. It's like near the river walk, or like the river, and you get to see this. It has like, it's a rustic type of historic feel, the building, but you eat outside. But if the day is cool, it's so beautiful to just sit there and eat. And they have nothing but breakfast, and they have some dinner, I think, or lunch plates. But the food there was, oh my God, delicious. It was so nutritious and just yummy. Like, it's Southern cooking food, like biscuits and gravy, things that I typically would not eat because, again, of my diet and lifestyle change. So to say the least, when I came back home, it was definitely very comforting to be able to cook a whole 30 meal again, and get back into the groove of things. But I am just feeling so accomplished, and so grateful to God and to all of you, my rays of light, who continue to support me, who continue to be here, you know, through thick and thin, through things that I say, and you never take it to heart. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you again for being here and being so supportive. If you are, if you attended the gala, the spectacular gala, and you are wondering about the videos and also the photos, I will be having those photos soon as well, and I'll be trying to be posting here on my Instagram stories, and then I will try to find a place on my website to actually post those pictures as well. But if you want to get a copy of those photos, you can always send me a request by email, and I can email you that as well. But yeah, it was a whole thing. I wish a lot more people could have come, but it was a full house. What I had expected to have came out, and they showed out, and it was amazing. So thank you so much for hearing me babble on about this, and new videos will be returning to my YouTube channel either this week or next week. Again, this week is kind of like catching up and getting caught up with everything after this huge undertaking. But again, many blessings. And as we get into November, now we are November now, in fact, November 2nd. I wish everyone a fantastic month as we get into the holidays. Don't let anything, regardless of what happens tomorrow on November the 3rd, stop you from being happy. Okay, guys? I love you so much. Until next time. Bye.